This week, a mass shooting at Marshall County High School in Kentucky claimed the life of a 15-year-old student. 14 others were injured by gunfire. And sadly, this was not the first mass shooting or even school shooting of the year, not even close. You know, the numbers are absolutely staggering. On average, there's a mass shooting almost every day here in the U.S. Those statistics prompted folks at the University of Alabama to take an in-depth look at the epidemic. Tonight, Defender Kevin Dietz talks to the professor who did the research.
2017 was the deadliest year ever in modern history for mass shootings in America. 345 mass shootings, almost one every day of the year. To look at the horrific problem, we sat down with University of Alabama professor Adam Langford.
So I studied 171 countries for more than 40 years, 1966 to 2012. And essentially the answer was, not surprisingly, the United States has by far the most public mass shooters. We had 31% of total shooters, despite the fact that we only have 5% of the world's population. When you compare us to other countries, we have, in terms of total firearms, more than 200 million more firearms than the next highest country, which was India. How many firearms per average civilian? We had almost double the number of firearms per capita compared to any other country. How does the United States stack up against other large countries? China, Russia, India. And what I found was that in terms of the number of mass shooters, we had more than 5 times as many mass shooters as any of those other countries. And the data clearly show that we're number 1 in public mass shooters, but we're nowhere near the top in terms of mental health problems or suicide. We're not the most dangerous country in the world when it comes to homicide in general, right? Nigeria, Venezuela, there are other countries with more homicides than we have, but we have the most public mass shooters. In terms of celebrity culture, in terms of young people, and some older people who want to be famous at any cost, the United States does seem to be different than other countries in terms of prioritizing those values. And that's particularly dangerous when it comes to public mass shooters, because so many of them want fame. They want to be celebrities, and they're willing to kill to get it. Unfortunately, when the media publishes the photos and the names of these individuals, they do get what they want. One of the things people say who study homicide is a homicide occurs when a gun is too close and a hospital is too far. In other words, something that could be a fist fight in one country can become mass murder in another country.
2 days after the Las Vegas shooting, over 100 experts sent an open letter to the media asking the media to stop naming shooters in mass shootings. We elected in this story not to name any of the shooters involved in these cases. We have a link to Adam Langford's research on our website at clickondetroit.com. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.